No doubt about it, April is shaping up to be a month to remember, with a packed lineup of releases landing on both PC and consoles. On a personal note, I've barely had time to play anything lightly thanks to the arrival of my newborn twin daughters, but this month I'll be burning the midnight oil for one game in particular, Clair Obscur. After countless trailers, leaked details, and finally getting my hands on the recent playable demo, the hype for this RPG is off the charts, something I haven't felt since the reveal of XCOM way back in 2012. And Clair Obscur is just the tip of the iceberg. There are plenty more promising titles simmering beneath the surface that I'm excited to spotlight, games I genuinely think are worth your attention, so let's start. Commander Quest blends roguelite deck building with tactical auto-battlers. Playing a card causes a unit to spawn, then make their way to the enemy. You can help them out with spells and other effects, but victory is about knowing who to deploy and where. If you like the combat in last year's beautiful Songs of Silence, then Commander Quest should be able to give you more of that style. Dice & Goblins is a charming indie game that feels at first like an old school CRPG, and I mean old school first-person perspective dungeon crawling like Might and Magic. The combat though turns it into a fun blend of D&D and Paper Mario. As Gobby, a goblin just trying to escape from a massive dungeon, you'll face off against foes in dice-based combat. The key is to minimize luck wherever possible so that your skill can win the day. You're just a little goblin after all. You can try the demo right now or play the full game when it launches on the 4th of April. Burden of Command captures the feeling of truly indie war games. Those kinds of games are often made by the most passionate developers, and it's clear that Green Tree Games has a story to tell. As the leader of an armed company in the Second World War, your task is to carry out your orders and bring your soldiers home. Burden of Command focuses on the impact of war on each individual soldier and the decisions that you have to make along the way. It's as much an interactive novel as a war game, and both aspects of gameplay are vital. The demo is available now and the game launches on the 8th of April. Promise Mascot Agency lets you explore a cursed town filled with strange mascots. It's equal parts weird, funny, and creepy. While much of the game is about open world exploration and mystery solving, there's a card-based element to some of the challenges. If you're looking for something different but want to have a little bit of turn-based fun to keep you grounded, Promise Mascot Agency fits the bill, especially the part about being different. Check it out when it launches on the 10th of April.
Welcome to Warside Bootcamp, Commander. Warside is a class.
If you're a fan of Advance Wars, all it takes is one look at Warside to know that it was made with you in mind. The game's brightly colored blocky tanks, troops, and airplanes all look like they rolled right off of a forgotten Game Boy Advance classic. Not only does Warside capture the look and feel of Advance Wars, it also offers multiplayer and a map editor for when you're done with the story campaign. The battle begins on the 14th of April.
Your ability to move and fire in a single turn depends on the unit type. Attack enemies and capture structures. You get currency at the start of every turn. The more structures you hold, the more money you earn. Use your funds to reinforce your units and upgrade your arsenal. The more expensive units have more powerful attacks or unique abilities. The Rhino, for example, can push other units around the battlefield. Commanders have unique powers. Here, we use Jackson's EMP Blast to temporarily disable a group of units. Fast-paced gameplay that's quick and simple, but the unit variety and use of terrain makes for endless tactical possibilities. Warside is coming to Steam and consoles in spring of 2025. Wishlist today.
Dr. Svetlov, let's take this lunatic.
At first glance, Chains of Freedom might seem like a tactical spy thriller in the vein of 2018's Phantom Doctrine. Soon enough though, you'll find yourself facing off against terrifying mutants and other warped abominations, turning the game into a blend of XCOM and Wasteland. Of course, those are all great games to follow in the footsteps of, and with an arsenal of flamethrowers, improvised explosives, and strange devices created from biocrystals, you'll be able to cause some serious mayhem. If you're itching for some tactical battles, the 15th of April release date will be here before you know it. Up on the right, you can find our video preview.
In your dreams, magical thoughts, all things are
The LUNAR Remastered collection brings two timeless JRPG classics, LUNAR Silver Star Story Complete and LUNAR 2 Eternal Blue Complete, back to life with modern enhancements and a deep respect for their roots. Join Alex and Hero on their legendary quests set a millennium apart as they rise against powerful foes like the Magic Emperor and the God of Destruction. With beautifully remastered visuals, fully voiced animated cutscenes, and refined turn-based combat, players can choose between modern conveniences or classic nostalgia through toggleable modes. Whether you're reliving the magic or experiencing it for the first time, LUNAR's heartfelt storytelling and rich world-building promise an unforgettable adventure. Expected to be released on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch on the 18th of April. Based on a graphic novel series, Maliki, Poison of the Past, lets you travel through space-time and save the past, present, and future from the devouring monster plant Poison. The game blends the signature style of the comics with chibi models for exploration, along with some lovely animated cutscenes. Even if you aren't familiar with the graphic novel, Maliki has cozy fantasy vibes mixed in with some action and adventure that are sure to make it a wonderful JRPG experience. We're excited to give it a try when it launches on the 22nd of April.
Welcome to Arden, an underground haven for resilient animals who make their homes under the light of the bright star.
Sunderfolk is a tactical RPG designed with local co-op in mind. It uses a free mobile app to let up to 4 players control their characters from their phones or tablets, while the battle plays out on a monitor or TV. This idea has been incorporated into tabletop games like Mansions of Madness, so we're curious to see how it ends up working in a video game. Maybe it will be our next game night after it launches on the 23rd of April.
And take on a new adventure where your fate is within your hands. Play as a unique character with specialized skills, working together to solve puzzles and battle monsters in the dark caverns. Then return home to improve your village and develop relationships with townsfolk before heading out on another mission. Fine-tune your abilities, customize your build, and blaze a path that is uniquely yours. And when that path winds deep into the gloom of the Sunderlands, you'll light the way together. Gather your party of adventurers and change the fate of the Sunderfolk. Rediscover game night.
Last Defense Academy is a high-concept strategy game that Persona fans will feel right at home with. 15 high school students are transported to an interdimensional campus. They alone must defend the school from monstrous invaders for the next 100 days, whatever the cost. Between battles, you'll be faced with choices that determine the outcome of the story and get the opportunity to form bonds with each of the other students defending the school. There's plenty of time to check out the demo before the game's 23rd April release.
I've been having nightmares. Being out here isn't what I expected.
The wait is almost over. possibly 2025's most intriguing new JRPG property, Clair Obscur, is launching on 24 April. And we'll finally get to see if the story and gameplay stack up to the gorgeous aesthetics we've been treated to since it was announced. Expedition 33 sets out to stop the Paintress, whose yearly ritual wipes out more and more of humanity. With their own survival at stake, they have nothing to lose. We can't wait to see how the game turns out.
Is that a Kestrel?
I still can't believe they exist.
To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I just need one foot. Aha!
You can turn into a Levron.
Bonjour, mes amis.
We need to cross the sea? Bulger said you could help?
All right. Ready to sail like a snail.
This is a much better way to travel. Fiery!
We're gonna take down the Paintress, just the three of us?
I didn't take you for a coward.
I'm not a coward. Paintress. Us.
As long as even one of us stands, our fight is not over.
I'm so very sorry, my friend.
Greetings.
Dark Pact looks like a cute, colorful fire emblem, but it focuses much more on tactical positioning and movement than its legendary inspiration. Developer Crimson Gaze says that the game asks, what if Into the Breach had a full campaign? That means you can expect to do a lot of shoving enemies around the board and into pits. And honestly, there are few things more satisfying in grid-based games. From bouncing boomerangs to laser spells, Dark Pact is all about setting up the board to your advantage, then knocking your opponents down. If tricky combos are your thing, there will be plenty of tinkering for you to do when it launches on the 30th of April.